Hey y'all, bet you can't guess where I'm headed, but it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm headed to the thrift store. Actually, I'm headed to the Goodwill. Sarah messaged me yesterday and she showed me a spot in her dining room wall. She said, I can't get those pictures out of my mind that I seen at the Goodwill. Wouldn't they be perfect in this area? She said, I should have gotten them. I said, well, do you want me to go tomorrow, meaning today, and see if they still have them and pick them up for you? And she said, oh my gosh, yes, that would be awesome. So I'm headed to see if they still have those pictures that Sarah looked at the Goodwill. Now, y'all know, as well as I know, that ain't all I'm gonna look at in there. Y'all know this. And while I'm that close to the American thrift store, y'all know I'm going. I know this. And I did say I don't need to go back to the thrift store this week. Didn't I say that? I did. But how many of y'all, when I said that, believe that was going to happen? Now, honestly, I had no intentions. We had actually had other plans. That the reason I got up and got dressed and everything, we had other plans today, but we got a phone call and all that got canceled. So I was like, well, at some point I was going to go to the Goodwill anyway to look for her today. So I was like, let me just go as soon as they open up. I'm already dressed and ready. So yeah, that's what's happening. We have a busy weekend this weekend. My mom is coming down tomorrow. She's going to spend the night at my house and keep Buster because we're going out of town overnight to, we're going to Georgia to one of the grandbaby's birthday parties, and we're going to do that. So we're getting up that morning, driving, and then going to go to the party that day, and then spend the night, and then head back Sunday morning. So that's what our plan is. So we've got a busy weekend. Let me get to the Goodwill and hope they still have those pictures that Sarah wanted, and I will catch up with y'all later. If they do, I'll show you what they look like. And I know she's gonna be so excited. So I will get with y'all in just a little bit. Well, they did not have the prints, but I did pick up a few things for the booth that was just, I think they're gonna do really well in the booth, and they were very inexpensive. So I like buying inexpensive things so I can have inexpensive things in the booth. And nice things, you know, nice quality things. So I'll show y'all that when I get home. But first, I'm gonna run to the American thrift store and see what they have. Because, you know, I haven't bought enough this week. I can't help it, y'all. I'm working. That's why I gotta say I'm working. Because, I mean, honestly, the way that the stuff is selling in the booth, I mean, I've gotta have stuff to constantly replace it with, right? So, I'm working today. Today's a work day. I'm headed to the thrift store. I just love that. I don't know. I'm just speechless. Anyway, I'm gonna have a thrift haul for y'all. Had no idea this was gonna happen today, but it's not all for me. I mean, honestly, like, a lot of it's for the booth, so I don't feel bad about it because it's for the booth, and there's just no way that I could just leave the stuff there. So, and one item I picked up, I can't decide what I'm gonna do with it. I can't decide if I'm going to use it on my front porch or in my living room. I know, that's such a stretch, right? And I'll show y'all that and kind of tell you what I'm talking, kind of give you my reasonings behind either the porch or the living room. But it needs a little bit of a makeover if I'm going to use it in the living room. Oh, the struggle. The struggle. Anyway, I'll show you what I got when I get home. Okay, y'all. If y'all can hear the living room, TV in the living room, I'm sorry. James is in there watching TV. It's blaring loud. But, you know, he lives here too. So what you gonna do? All right, Goodwill. I'll show you what I got at the Goodwill. And I think the majority of what I got at the Goodwill, I'm probably gonna put in my booth, but I picked this up. How cute is this? Bless This House. Cross stitch. I love it. And honestly, these smaller cross stitch pictures, things like this have been selling really well at the booth. So I did pick this up. I'm gonna clean it up and go put it over there. This item I bought at the Goodwill. It is full of brass buttons. I just know there's something that can be done with this. I can't figure out. Oh, well, that's why I can't get it open. It's taped. I just know there's something I can do with all these brass buttons. And it would be a cute something. I don't know. But there's just so many in here. I mean, this thing is loaded with all different kinds of brass buttons. And so I picked it up. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. But you can bet your bottom dollar I'm going to do something with it. If I don't do anything but put it in some vintage jars and display them, I'm going to do something with it. And I paid $2.99 for this. And it, like I said, it is full. Okay. Also at the Goodwill, I picked up these. And these are going in the booth as well. Just 2 vintage wooden frames. They're just alike, the same size. And I've actually had just some regular frames over there that have sold. So these were very inexpensive. And so they're going to be sold very inexpensively. But you could do them like this or like this. And yeah, so I'm going to clean them up and get them put in the booth. And then the last thing I picked up at the Goodwill is this. And I can't decide if I'm going to use it on my porch or in my living room. I've kind of been looking for something like this for my living room to set beside my chair by the bookcases. Just something simple, something you could just set your drink down on, something like that. But I may end up using it on my porch for my fall stuff. We'll see. But it was very inexpensive. It was $2.99, and even if I have to paint it, it'll still be cute. I'll just paint the top because I like the black. So we'll see. We'll see what that goes. All right, and that's all I got at the Goodwill. And then I ran to the American Thrift Store, and I'll show you what I got there, y'all. I did it. I went ahead and picked up those little dishes, the little oval, small oval platters. I'm not sure what the marking is on the bottom. But somebody was trying to sell them for $4 a piece. That's the mark. But I got them for 4 of them for $2.99. And I'm so glad they were still there. And I love them. So I got those. I picked up this cute little, let me show you, hold on. This cute little brass lamp. Look at this. $1.99. I know, I just like this. So I'm not sure where it's gonna go, but I don't know if I'll end up keeping it or if I'll put it in the booth. I just really don't know yet, but I love it so much. And I was not leaving it for $1.99. It kind of looks like a strawberry to me. But so cute. So I got that. In the bag section, I picked up this bag. And you're probably thinking, what? Let me show you and tell you what I have plans for. So this whole bag was $2.99. And in it was 4 of these. Y'all, these are expensive if you get them from Lowe's or even Hobby Lobby. I don't think Hobby Lobby has them this size, but if you get them at Lowe's, they're very expensive. And I like to take this part off and use these for legs and make a riser. So I got those. 4 in the bag, and then there was 2 of these in the bag. And these, you know, of course, for like ends of curtain rods or something. But I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with these just yet. But when I saw that there was 4 of these, and I know what they go for at Lowe's, and I got this whole bag for $2.99, I was like, yes, yes. I may do some faux painting on this to make them look like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but I know what I'm doing with these. Got those. Okay, then I picked up this. Is that not adorable? I think I may hang it on that black piece over my dining room table. Maybe. I'm not sure yet, but I loved it. It was $2.99. $2.99. I was not leaving it. And I have a spot over my cabinets that has a wreath over there. I might could take it down and put this up there. We'll see. I don't know exactly where it's gonna go, but. And then the next two things I got, they were $2.99 each. And this is them. They're just alike. And my plan for this is, I'm thinking about I might use these in my Christmas tree. I know. I'm kind of trying to come up with something different for my tree. And so I might use them for my Christmas tree, or I might use them on the booth Christmas tree. I'm not real sure yet, but for $2.99, I was not leaving them. I could even like make a wreath out of them because I have two of them, but we'll see. I like them. And if I don't use them in my Christmas tree, I might could use them like over my cabinets for decor for the holidays. But for $2.99 each, I wouldn't leave them. And they go so well with this. So that is my very unexpected thrift haul. So Sarah was disappointed that the prints weren't there, but I kind of know what she wants now, so we'll see. We'll see what we can find for her. But yeah, so I'm gonna go wash up my plate. I love them so much. I wonder if they're ironstone. Y'all reckon they're ironstone? I mean, I don't care. But I just love them. And some of them look like this one. It has chips in the bottom. But I don't even care, y'all. I don't even care. I'm gonna wash these things up. And, okay, here's a better symbol. It says something, HLG USA. It's got a spot there. But aren't these adorable little mini oval platters? I love them. Okay, let me go clean up my mess, figure out what I'm gonna do with some of this stuff. I gotta get some of this stuff cleaned up and priced, and I'm gonna take it to the booth in just a little bit. So, I got some work to do. So let me get busy. All right, y'all, James is doing it for me again. We have this cutting board that I thrifted. So it actually turns out it's gonna be the perfect size for me to put on this little table. He's gonna cut it out on his router machine, and then I'm gonna stain it. And this is gonna go on the little table, and it's gonna go in the living room. I'm so excited. But yeah, so it'll still be a completely thrifted piece with this thrifted cutting board. I paid $2.99. So for $5, I'm gonna have the cutest little table. Thanks to this man right here. James, you're wearing your good hat out here. You want me to go change it? Get your other hat? Okay. So we have decided to hardwire this lantern.
What's this wheat crap?
What?
What's this wheat crap?
James, you are helping me. You decided you would help me. Anyway, we're gonna put a tall light in here, so it'll be a little bit higher than the one that we had. And then this is the one from the other lantern on the porch, and I'm going to put a shorter one in it because I just didn't like it being that tall. It's going to make sense in a little bit, but I can't show the fall porch reveal until this is done because this matters. So, he's drilled a hole in the bottom there, and then we're actually putting a piece in here to elevate it even more. We had a little bit of an accident, but that's okay. We're going for that rustic charm, aren't we, James?
That's me, I'm rustic.
So if any of y'all want to make your own lantern, hardwire it, you're going to need to get you a lamp kit. You're going to need to get, this comes in a big long rod at Lowe's. You're going to need to get one of these. They make them short or tall. This is a chandelier bulb. This will go over it, and if you want a short one, you will have to cut this to the right size, and you'll need a power cord. And all this can be found in the light section on the end cap at Lowe's. I'm not sure where it's at Home Depot. And then this is the tricky part. If you don't have the proper tools to cut it down to size, I don't know what to tell you about that, but we can show you how to wire it up.
Most of the attachments for a Dremel tool will do the same deal.
Okay, if they have a Dremel tool. But what if they don't have a Dremel tool?
Hacksaw.
Hacksaw. Okay.
File.
Okay. Okay. So what he's doing is, we had this left over from when we made a chicken lamp, that piece. Hold on, let me get him a marker. Get him the marker so he can mark the length that he needs for in here. And every one is going to vary. It's going to be different sizes. So we're going to show you how we put this one together and how he wires it up. It's very simple to wire it up once you kind of get the gist of it. James, do you want to put this washer over the bottom of it since this is going to be in the bottom?
Whenever you're going to make a cut, go ahead and have a nut on there, because whenever you make the cut, the threads are going to be kind of boogered up. So that nut, if you'll screw that over the cut end, it'll clear out those threads and make it easier for you.
Do you want to put this over it?
Well, that's it.
Now, how do you know that's the right length, James?
Because I added up all the takeouts.
He's going to use a grinder to cut it off, but he says a hacksaw or a Dremel tool. You can do the same thing, but he has these tools, so why not use them? This is a 208-piece rotary tool accessory kit. Let me guess, Harbor Freight?
No, this is actually from Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Well, what happens is
they have these little discs.
You can get the little cutting discs that go in here, and all they do is thread on to your shaft. So I mean, if you've got a Dremel tool, the Dremel tool is pretty versatile. You can use it for light grinding and finishing, sanding, buffing. You know, there's just a lot of uses to a Dremel tool. So if you've got access to one, may as well use it.
And always use protective eye equipment when you're using any kind of tools that pieces can fly. James, you the man.
I don't know about all that.
You're so sweet to always help your wife.
And what I was saying was, you know, whenever you cut it, it can have burrs on the end of it and everything like that. So I just take a rasp, kind of smooth it down.
He's doing the inside so it don't cut the cord.
Any burrs on the inside can nick your wire, cause a short in it. So always try to clean out that inside. Even if it's just taking a screwdriver and twisting it around on the inside to clean off those burrs. That'll do the same thing. But you want to make sure that you don't have a short in it.
It's got to go from the bottom of the lantern.
You want to scoot that over? Hang it up off the edge. Alright, now we're going to use the bottom to adjust the height, okay? What we want to do is go ahead and get this threaded on. Where it just comes through. Alright.
Well, let me get over here where they can see it. Okay.
We're just going to snug it up.
And that's that. So now what you have to do is you're going to get your cord, which we're going to use this one that we've already used. And what he has to do is he goes and you'll split it and you'll strip the coating off of it so you have your exposed wires. Then we will thread it through the bottom and let it come up in here. It's going to come up here. Then we're going to put one on this side, tighten the nut around it, and then you have one over here on this side that you'll put the wire around and tighten that up, and that should give this power. Right, James? Then you will use this to slide over that.
If you don't have one of these screwdrivers, you can always connect the wires and screw it down later. But what I'm going to do is use this. Loosen up the screws.
So he's going through the bottom, through that threaded piece that we've attached, and you'll see the wires come up. And then when they come up, he's going to split them and put one on each side. And he's twirling it around that screw, and then he'll tighten that screw up to secure that wire.
And like I say, you'd probably do this easier if you did it before.
Well, they're not always going to be such tight quarters either. Do you want me to do it since my hands are small? Okay. Same thing on this side. That was tough, wasn't it, James?
You're killing me.
Now I'm gonna go get the bulb, and this should work. I'm going to be using this bulb. I got this at Lowe's. It's $6.98 at my Lowe's. I will link it down below, not an affiliate link, but this looks like a flame and it's so realistic looking at night. And this is plastic, it's 1 watt. So I'm going to use this. And we should have power once he plugs it up. I love it. So much better higher. Let me close that so nothing could get into it. It has been one of the weirdest, craziest, most emotional weekends. So I apologize that there's not more footage to this video, but you will know more later. As of right now, it's just been crazy and not what we had planned at all. We had a completely different thing planned for the weekend, and yesterday threw us for a loop. So today we got up still dealing with yesterday, and now this afternoon we try to kind of get back to some normalcy for us, which is piddling in the garage. So that's why this video is short and just, you know, it is what it is, and that's just life sometimes. But thank y'all so much for hanging out with us. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will fill y'all in more on what I'm talking about much later as I know more and can just bring myself to go there. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with us, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.